Hey, 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 welcome. Good morning, welcome family, friends, and followers. Welcome to the channel. So yes, the lighting seems a little like dim in here, but we got a really bright light in here. I think it's just because you got this little spot right here I'll show you that we're getting ready to probably redo here soon. Kind of just take it down and put wall up. Let me see if you can see it. I'm trying to get y'all to where y'all can see it. Y'all see that? So that was there, and it makes the lighting look a little, to me, it makes the lighting look a little crazy. So I do apologize for that. There's not too much I can do with that. We're going to dye our hair this morning, so I thought I'd bring y'all for like a, kind of a, I don't know, like a vlog, day in the life type of video. Comment. I'm using this Burgundy. I normally don't go with Burgundy because I like the Auburn brown, but they didn't have it. So maybe probably about right there because of my hair color. I'm just going to comb through this hair. Look at it. My hair gets staticky. Especially after I've had it up for a while. Look at it. Oh my goodness. Using a Conair comb. You can use this in the shower. Dry, wet. I love these. We're going to go ahead and open the dye up. Get everything mixed. I've done this a million times. It's fairly easy. Let me get some scissors. I have scissors to cut the little tip right here. Okay. So you just mix this one into this one. It's just a little color solution. And you mix it into the cream color developer. Trash can behind me. And I couldn't find the brand. They got an easier brand that my husband got with like the little comb thing you screw on the top of this, and I couldn't find it. They had a few colors, but it wasn't in the color I wanted. It was like in a real bright blonde, and then they had like a almost like, I don't know if you'd call it orange or like a reddish orange, or it was a real like just bright color. Yep. Let's shake these up real well. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, 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 shake. And I ain't cut it yet. I like to hit it on my hand. I feel like it mixes better because I can kind of, I don't know. And mostly I'm not worried about if I miss a few places. I mostly want to get my roots and around the edges because, you know, it seems like the color where I do it, I try to do it like every 3 months holds, but I don't like the gray. Y'all probably like, there's no gray, but there's gray on there, trust me. It's harder to see, I guess, on camera than in person. There's gray. I remember the first piece of gray my dad seen. He was trying to cut them out, bless his heart. Okay, that should be good enough. So we're going to cut over the trash can right here. You know what I'm going to do? I love this cardigan, so I'm going to take it off. Not really worried about this shirt. It's old. Just wanted something comfy. So I'm going to put these gloves on. And with this, you always get your you get the gloves, the hair color, and the developer. You get the conditioner. So, and REVLON's the one I typically use the most. I use that paper. If I hadn't done it before, I'd keep that paper, but I don't yet. And I'm gonna stand kind of at the mirror if I talk to y'all. You see me? You see what I'm doing. I did have my hair cut a few weeks ago. I love long hair. My hair's still pretty long to me, but I don't like it too long. So I'm using a brush just because I kind of will brush through as I put it in. I kind of take my hand and just put a few squirts in the front. And then what happens, because if it gets on my forehead or anything, I take like a baby wipe and I will wipe that off. And I only leave this in for about 20 minutes or so. So I'm kind of just moving my hands around. And then when I get off the front real good, I'll wipe it. Take a baby wipe and wipe it. Okay. Oops, I got it dripped down a little bit. Y'all, I'm trying to put together some clips because I'm going to be doing, I've decided my next video for our journey with Mason is going to be like a day in a life type video. But it's going to be like not just you seeing throughout the day, it'll be different clips added together. So we got one, me and my husband's always just, and it's not even really called that, just being silly and having fun with Mason. We call it dance mode. And that's where you'll get up and see Mason kind of going around doing his thing. But you'll see, we talk about a few different things while he's dancing. He wears a Bluetooth set of headphones so that he's not interrupting like when my husband or me are watching TV too. So it's really cool. Okay, so let's do this brush real quick. I'll show you what I do. Because I don't want to get it all over. What I do is I take my glove off real quick. This just kind of helps me too when I'm running the brush through to kind of see if I could miss a spot or I could go a little bit further before I go back with it more. And there's a few spots I hit, still hit. Of course I knock everything off because it's such a little counter back here. I will hold that box. I can yeah. Put a picture hopefully of it in. Yeah, get a baby wipe first and wipe my hair. Then I want to make for sure. Now I'm getting behind my ears. And so yeah, I do a lot of dye because most of the time the front part is what everybody sees the most. Okay. Now, I want to take that off again. Do the brush thing again. And whatever works for you. I'm not saying my way is the most right way or the way you should or shouldn't dye your hair. This is the way I dye mine. Unless I have someone helping me or I go and get it dyed. Typically I don't. Okay, that's going to be good. So we're going to get a wipe real quick and wipe. And then we'll start hitting other areas of our hair. A little bit of that dye is going to get on my hand. We're using basic wipes. And I'm just kind of taking, just kind of wiping around my, you know, so you don't have all that on your face. I'm not getting my, it looks like I do because of the way the wipes go down, but I'm not. I'm good, I'm good. You know, that keeps from all that dye. You can wash it off, but we don't have it stained on your, wet my ear a little bit. And I don't get it all perfect normally, but I just try to get the most. Okay, so I can look, see. Yeah, pretty good. Get back now. My husband's watching TV. We'll probably take our son down to the park a little bit later. I'll probably do my planters with y'all tomorrow. And yeah. So I'm going to flip my head upside down. I can't see, so I just try to make sure I feel all this part wet. Okay, I do it. I just kind of squirt. And I could probably get my husband to help, but he works a lot of hours. He doesn't really want to come down here and have to mess around with helping me dye my hair, you know. And I respect that. I'm just trying to get, I'll take the brush and kind of go through it. That definitely helps a lot too, y'all. And if you're worried about a brush, like when you push it through your hair with a dye, you can always put that hairbrush in a pot that you don't use a whole lot, or even boil water first and then just sit it down in there for a couple hours. And that will clean that brush out really good. Okay. Now I'm just going to kind of do the middle part of my hair. Kind of mixing it in. I'm doing like a scrubby motion with y'all. Almost like when you get in the shower and you're mixing that shampoo in real good. And that's what I kind of do with my head flipped upside down. And I'm kind of going all over the place now. And that's intentional. That's on purpose so that I can kind of get in there and mix. And then I'll take my hands and go down, and I'll get it better here in just a minute on the edges. Because I'm not worried about that the most. I will put it in there. I'm just not stressing about it the most, you know. I like the edges. Is the most important part to me. And y'all, it's going to be interesting to see how this color is, because it does got what I call a little bit of a purple tint to it. Okay. Now let's take the gloves off again. Some of these gloves are a pain. You can use, if you have your own gloves, they're probably easier to use. Honestly, they're probably easier to use. But for me, I just use the ones. I don't think I have any extra gloves just laying around. See how I'm brushing through it in the back? And then whoosh. I'm not worried about if it gets tangled or anything. Okay, now put the gloves on. We're going to get the whole edges and then we'll be done. And then I'll show y'all the aftermath after I get out of the shower. And of course, you can't see a real big effect when it's wet. But I don't blow dry my hair a whole lot. I've never back in the day, I guess you could say I did flat iron my hair a lot and blow dry it a lot. I've never really used a blow dryer too much, or even a flat iron. I do occasionally run a flat iron. Now all I'm doing, you gotta be real careful too. You don't want to make a mess with dye on the floor. So I'm barely squeezing this bottle. So I run down. I'm just taking my hands through pretty much right now. And for any place that looks dry. Typically don't use a whole bottle of dye. There's still about a half a bottle of dye. I'm trying to do a good job this time though, because I don't get around to dyeing it as much as I used to. Someone had asked me one time, I've kept this Auburn brown probably for about 4 or 5 years now. This has been the color, or this ain't even Auburn brown, but the color I typically use is Auburn brown. This burgundy would kind of be new to me, I guess you can say. And I probably could have waited and looked at other stores, but you know, after a long week, yeah, I really didn't want to have to worry about ordering and waiting on it to come in the mail or going in about 5 different stores to find the color I needed. A lot of our stores, like we went over into the cleaning side, and one side was almost completely out of some of their like liquid softeners, downy sheets. So the shelf would just pretty much be sitting empty. So it's kind of sad, you know, you go in looking for a certain thing and there's hardly no little items to pick from on the shelf, you know. Everything is definitely changing. Making sure I get her on my ear. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. And then I'm just going to brush through my hair real good after I get done with this. I'm about done squirting this in. And then I'll brush through it real good. And then I just put it up. Go up there and kind of hang out with them for a little bit. Come back down and wash it. I'll need these to put it back up real quick. So you can take wipes. I wet mine because sometimes, like, they're damp. But I don't know, I'm silly, I just wet it. Help it a little bit. Sure, because, you know, I tuck in those gloves. Get right there on my face again. I'm going to take this brush through it, comb through all that hair dye. And I'm not even trying to get it perfect, y'all. I'm just trying to literally, that one ear right there, I got a little bit in it. And I just get most of those tangles. Make sure I got a bunch of dye on my face. Yeah, see, I got it. You can tell I got it because it's all feels all wet. Just like if I've gotten out of shower. I'll kind of go look real quick. Okay, this goes on one last time. I'll have to use another wipe to wipe my hands. I'll let it sink out a little bit. Pull my hair back. And the way I do it is kind of like a silly ponytail or something. And I mush it together. and let it sit for 20 minutes, and I'll see y'all afterwards. Pull this glove off so I can pause you. Bye. So here's the aftermath, and I will take you up to the hall bathroom so you can kind of see it in the lighting better. It's not completely dry. Went ahead and got myself together, ready, because we're going to be going out here in a little bit. And yes, it's the burgundy color. So we'll take you up so you can see that. So the lighting is a little bit better in here. It's burgundy. It's kind of similar to the Auburn brown. Like I say, it's got that purpley tint to it that I'll have to get used to. But yeah. It's because it's not dry completely. It's a good ways dry, but it's not dry. So I guess I like it okay, considering they didn't have my Auburn brown. I was asking my husband, he said it looks very similar. And I see that too. So that is the color we dyed. Alright, like and subscribe.